How do I find peace and joy in the now while knowing I'm striving for more? And when we can balance those two and not get stuck in one or the other, that's when I feel like we really, really get a sense of peace.
Welcome to the Ignited Recovery Podcast, a new way forward for anyone looking for answers but feeling left out. If you've been searching for empowerment, triumph, and purpose, you've found them right here. You won't hear the same solutions, and you're not going to have any excuses to fall back on, because Ignited Recovery allows heroes to rise and become their best selves. I'm Dr. Sophie Jaffe, and I can't wait to be your guide on this journey. Are you ready to become an ignited hero?
I was working with this guy here last weekend, or actually Monday and Tuesday. It's been a long week. And he came in initially for panic attacks. So he drinks heavily, but he drinks heavily Wednesday through Saturday. So he drinks like 6 to 8 drinks, like heavy, like liquor drinks on those days. But he doesn't drink at all. He has a lot of self-control during the work week, technically. So not alcoholic, right? Because he can manage it, but hungover, and it's obviously disrupting his health and his sleep and all this stuff. And he's never been able to get out of that. But that's not why he came. That just came out when we first met here. He came because he was having panic attacks. Uber successful business guy, commercial real estate, millions of dollars being made. And he would leave meetings and have panic attacks. He was like, what the hell is wrong with me? And somebody told him about me, so he came. We did a lot of digging. You guys might have heard the story. Watched his mom try to kill herself when he was 9 years old, and that was one of his core issues. And he came this time, and he asked, like the first day we were working, because I do these, it's like a 90-day, 3-month cycle and 3 intensive weekends that we do together. And he came and he's like, I don't really know what I need to work on now, which is the same thing he said the first time, by the way. But he goes, 85% of my anxiety went away after those 2 days. I have a better relationship with my wife than I've had in 18 years we've been married. We talked about things I've never thought I could talk to her about. And he was like, I don't know what's next. Like, I don't know why I would even do more work. And it relates to what we've seen here happen over and over and over. And I want to leave us with this. So many of us get stuck for so much of our lives in pain that we've been running away from. We can't fathom a life where we don't have to run away from pain anymore. It just seems like, well, fuck it. This is the way it is. It's been like this for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20, 30, 40 years. It's never going to go away. It's like those elephants trained in the circus, right? It's like, hey, these people control me. There's nothing I can do about it, even though the elephant could trample each one of those people in a half a second and run out of the circus. They've just been beaten down for so long. They can't fathom that they would have the power to do something against it. And I think a lot of us end up in that place. And as we start doing the work and we uncover those things, recognizing that you have some power, and then as you recognize that, just having the universe deliver you the solution, like on a silver platter or with a USPS postal worker, is just another signal. No, there's more. There's more for you. You don't have to suffer like that. And then what ends up happening over and over, I've seen it so many times now, is you get to this next level and you go, oh my God, this is so much better. The relief is immense. It feels like you've been released from a cage. And we go, cool, I'm here. I made it. And then a lot of us end up finding ourselves in this new way of living that feels so much better than ever before, that we can't imagine that it could get better. And yet some months pass, maybe a year, maybe 2, and we start getting a little uncomfortable, and we start noticing some of the other things that I'll say, put up with in our lives over time. And all of a sudden we start recognizing, wait, there is more. There's a deeper version of relief. There's more freedom I can experience here. The practice is to find full gratitude. No stop, no buts, full gratitude for where we are right now and everything it has to offer, the good, the bad, the pain, the uncomfortable, the joy, and at the same time recognize that I can go here always. How do I find peace and joy in the now while knowing I'm striving for more? And when we can balance those two and not get stuck in one or the other, that's when I feel like we really, really get a sense of peace, because we're not settling. We're fully enjoying the now, and we're on the lookout for things that could make it even better. And the fact that it can get better does not disqualify the immense amount of joy and happiness we can have now.
Thank you for tuning in to the Ignited Heroes Recovery Podcast. I really hope you found the information here useful and that we'll see you back here next week. And look, I want to make sure that this podcast is the most useful it can be for you, so please let me know by emailing info@ignited.com if there are any specific topics or questions you'd like to have addressed. As usual, if you like this episode, I would love for you to leave us a 5-star review and rating. Thanks, and see you next week.